Welcome, my dear friends, to the second part of the lecture. Let's continue from where we left off. If we now do a simple query in the browser itself to inquire about the web scene information, let's go and press F12 to open DevTools. And write in the console tab this web scene. We noticed that it did not recognize the name. What is the reason? The reason is that we must write the JavaScript code to tell it to recognize the web scene information in the browser. So we will go back to the JavaScript code and write the following code. Then we save now. Let's go back to the browser and write the name of the web scene. We notice that it is recognized. Let's press enter on the keyboard and expand this arrow. We notice that it consists of a lot of information. What matters to us is the layers. We notice that the web scene consists of more than one layer. We can get the number of layers in this scene by writing the following code. webscene.layers.length. And also, the layer consists of more than one item. And each item has a name that represents the name of the layer. So now, if we want to get the name of each layer, we will loop on each layer to extract the name of each layer. We can do this by writing the following code to get the names of the layers. Let's get the names of the layers as you can see in the browser, and each layer will contain more than one field. To get the names of these fields, we will loop on each field to get the names of the fields. So, if we write this code in the browser, we will get the name of the layers, and below it, the names of the fields. After this, we want to delve deeper into displaying layer information by applying a programming code that displays the layers and the information in them, such as the fields and building symbols in each field, where all field containing the building is different for each layer, by writing the following code in the browser. In this code, we'll explore the relationship between layers, fields, and the building code like Q. Behind the scene, inspect each layer and extract distinct values from the fields. This is an essential step before applying filters or building advanced features like drop-downs or summaries. We'll use a practical and easy to follow code snippet to make everything clearer. Key concepts simplified. 1. What are layers? Layers are different parts of the 3D scene. For example, interior space represents rooms. Walls, structural walls. Doors, door features. Building wireframe, outer frame of the building. Each layer contains its own dataset. 2. What are fields? Fields are like columns in a database table, and each feature in the layer has attributes stored in these fields. Example: building, Q. Floor, 1. Space type, office executive. Status, available, 3. What is the value Q? Q is a building identifier stored in fields like building or building key. It allows us to filter and display features that belong only to building Q. When we write building is equal Q, it means show only features from building Q. What does the code do? Here's a step-by-step explanation of this function. Async function explore fields and values. Defines an async function so we can use await for asynchronous operations like loading layers or querying data. For const layer of webscene.layers.items. Loops through every layer in the web scene and ensures it's fully loaded before we work with it. Console.group fields in layer.title. Starts a console group in the browser's developer tools labeled with the layer's title. Loops through each field attribute in the current layer and stores the name. This try block performs a query to get only the distinct values in that specific field. Explanation: where 1 is equal 1, fetch everything, no filter. Return distinct values, but true. Show only unique values. Return geometry, false. Skip geometry for performance. And this code extracts the values and removes duplicates using set. Logs the field name and previews the first 10 unique values. If field cannot be queried, example private or system field, it logs a warning. Ends the current console group and moves on to the next layer. Why is this code useful? This function helps you discover all available fields in each layer, understand the distinct values such as all building names, floor levels, or room types, prepare for filtering, drop-downs, and summaries. It's like exploring the DNA of your web scene before building any advanced functionality. Now, when you execute this code, the result will appear on the browser. I will explain this in detail. Fields in doors layer. This means the function started analyzing the fields, attributes within the doors layer and printed the distinct, unique values found in each one. Let's go through each field. Field objected. 2000 unique values, example 1, 2, 3 to 10. This is typically the system generated unique ID for each feature, door. Field floor. Unique values array 231 indicates that doors exist on 3 floors. Field line type. Unique value door confirms that all features in this layer are of type door. Field basilisk. Unique values 0, 5.17, null 9.75, 8.5, 4.25. Represents the base elevation of the door in meters. Null means the value is missing or not recorded for some features. Field height, only value null, indicates that height data was not entered for any doors in this dataset. Field last update and last editor, used to store metadata about who last edited the feature and when. Example, last editor is equal save M3 or null, not available. Field florid. Example values OA3, S1, H2, C1. Represents different floor identifiers. Each floor has a code like M1, OA2, etc. Field building key. Example values O, OA, H, Q. This is very important. The building key field tells us which building the door belongs to. The value Q means that feature belongs to building Q, which we use in our filter. Building key is equal Q. Field ولفترة. Values 3, 1, 2. Indicates the vertical order of floors or door levels. Additional notes. Null mean the data is missing or undefined. After doors, the script also analyzed walls, we stop here and continue working in the next lecture. We have several concepts that we must understand well. We will meet you in the next lecture. Goodbye.